So let's get started here. You would have received an email from us that would have included a link, a download link for PlotterMaster Pro. And in that email, we would actually go in and we would download it. And I'm going to actually walk you through the steps. So if you actually did everything correctly and just clicked on the link, open it up, you can see here that it's going to start loading it into this computer system. One of the things that you have to be very, very clear on is that you can only load this software one time. The reason for that is if you load it twice, you'll have a problem. And that is it will not plot any jobs if the software is in your application file here more than once. It can only be in here one time. So if you find it, if you have a problem running a job and you go up to your application and open it up and you see it in here twice, you're going to have to delete both of them and then reload the whole thing all over again. So what you're going to get, your first window will be this English. Of course, we're doing it in English. However, if you'd like to do it in any other language, there's your choices. So you do have other options there, but since we're going to be doing this in English, you go okay. And we're going to be going to the next option, which is yes, accept this agreement, next. Now here is, you would have gotten a cluster of numbers from our plotter manufacturer. It would have come on a start card, and this is a cluster of numbers that's not any different than what you usually go through when you download software for your computer. And this is basically their way of tracking you and making sure that the software pairs up with your plotter, or your, in this case, it's like a glorified printer, but it's a plotter. So go through all the applications here. Yes, it's going to download it into this area. Just follow the prompts. It'll let you do it. Another key point we have to make sure of is that we always do inches. Unless you want to do metric, I would say stay with the inches. Click again. All these boxes, just let it do its thing, and now it's going to load the software. It takes a couple minutes. Now, coming up, there's going to be a box that we want you to stay focused on. We want you to use an email address that is your most heavily used email. And the reason for this is software upgrades. Now, the program is going to ask you to load that email address in here twice. Just put in an email address that you're sure that you are going to receive and you are going to check on often, because if there's an upgrade, something has changed, we want to make sure that those upgrades are completed. I know how much everybody loves doing software updates. It's probably one of the things we don't do enough of, but we need to make sure that you you do this. So once it gets to this point, it'll stop piddling around. Oh, there we go. Installation complete. Finish. So here we are. Now, in here, you're going to see documents. This is all the work that you will amass in here. This is like a history page of all the work that you've done. Your screen will show up with a bunch of other icons on here, but because I'm just reloading this software just for this particular video demonstration, but you can see some of the jobs that we've done before and in the past. It's a nice way for you to go back to the if you want to recut something, if there was a mistake. And if you notice also, we've also labeled these. So this is also part of the training that you guys are going to want to get into the habit of, so that you can save your work along with your LT files. Now there's a couple other tabs here. Settings. It's giving you the choice of metric or inches. You always want to go with inches. You don't have to mess with anything else here. License. This is something that is part of the Vinyl Master Cut software that we want to keep. And this is also the deactivation portion. If you want to load this software onto numerous computers, you can do this. You just have to deactivate it on that computer before you use it on another computer. Although you can only run one computer at a time. That's just the way this particular software is set up. It can only be run on one computer at a time, but you can load it onto different machines if you want. Then the other part is support. Now, in the likelihood that you have a problem on a weekend and the folks here at Laser Products are not available to you, you can go remote or tech support for some help. So we do cover you on a Saturday and a Sunday if you need some extra help from us. It'll just be one of those backups if you need anything else. So after you've gotten through all this, we just close this, and here we go. We basically have our software all ready to go and loaded. So that's the simplest part of loading your software.